Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Revi Nurul Janah. I am a student of English department from Andalas University. In this video, I will explain about syntax. Syntax is a part of linguistics that studies about structure of sentences. There are four parts of syntax. The first is class of word, the second is phrase, the third is clause, and the last is sentence. Now I will explain about class of word. Class of word is division of words based certain categories. There are 8 branches of class of words. The first is noun. Noun is used to name person, things, plants, animals, events, or many others. The second is pronoun. Pronoun is a type of word that functions as a replacement for a noun. The examples are I, you, they, we, she, he, it, or my, mine, or us, and many others. The third is adjective. Adjective is a type of word that describes a noun or pronoun. The fourth is verb. Verb is a type of word that shows an action. The examples are read or eat, cook, meet, walk, and many others. The fifth is adverb. Adverb is a type of word that functions is describe a verb. The sixth is preposition. Preposition is a type of word that describe location or location in time. The examples are in, under, on, and many others. The seventh is conjunction. Conjunction is a type of word that joins two or more words, phrases, and clauses. The examples are after, before, if, and many others. And the last is interjection. Interjection is a type of word that expresses emotion. The examples are wow, oops, and many others. Now I will explain about phrase. Phrase is a combination of two words or more that have one meaning. There are 5 branches of phrase. The first is noun phrase. Noun phrase is a combination of noun as the head and other class word as the modifier. The example is sweet cake. Sweet is an adjective as the modifier and cake is a noun as the head. The second is adverb phrase. Adverb phrase is combination of adverb as the head and other class word as the modifier. The example is too much. Too is an adjective as the head and much that is an adverb as the head. The third is verb phrase. Verb phrase is a combination of verb as the head and other class word as the modifier. The example is work hard. Work that is a verb as the head and hard that is an adverb as the modifier. The fourth is preposition phrase. It is a combination of preposition as the head and noun as the modifier. The example is at home. At is preposition as the head and home is noun as the modifier. The last is adjective phrase. It is a combination of adjective as the head and another class word as the modifier. The example is very long. Very that is an adverb as the modifier and long that is an adjective as the head. Now I will explain about clause. The clause is word group that must have one subject and one object. There are two types of clause. The first is independent clause. Independent clause is the type of clause that can be a sentence. The example is I go to school. The second is dependent clause. Dependent clause is a type of clause that cannot be a sentence. It needs an independent sentence to be a clause, to be a sentence. There are three types of dependent clause. The first is noun clause. It functions as a subject or an object in a sentence. The examples are, the first example is I agree with what he says. The noun phrase is what he says. It functions as an object. The second example is what she does was remarkable. The noun phrase is what she does. It functions as a subject. The second is adjective or relative clause. It describes a noun or description of someone in a sentence. The example is I'm searching for a movie that interests me. The adjective phrase is that interests me. The last is adverbial clause. Adverbial clause is used to describe adverb or a verb in a sentence. The example is when she was dancing when you left. The adverbial clause is when you left. Now I will explain about sentence. There are four branches of sentence. The first is simple sentence. Simple sentence is a type of sentence that have one independent clause. The example is my name is Revi. She is my friend. The second is compound sentence. Compound sentence is a type of sentence that have two independent clauses that joined by a coordinator, a conjunctive adverb, or a semicolon. The examples are, the first example is her name is Ranti and she is my friend. Her name is Ranti is an independent clause and is a coordinator, and she is my friend is an dependent clause. The second example is there are 7 continents in the world. For example, Asia is one of 7 continents in the world. There are 7 continents in the world is an independent clause, or for example is a conjunctive adverb. Asia is one of 7 continents in the world is an independent clause. The third is complex sentence. Complex sentence that is a sentence that have one independent clause and one or more dependent clause. The example is when after he stole your money, he apologized to you. After he stole your money is an independent clause, and he apologized you is a dependent clause. The last is complex compound sentence. It is a sentence that have one or more independent clause and one dependent clause. Now I will explain about cleft sentence. Cleft sentence is a sentence that used to emphasize information of a sentence. The example is Emily won the first prize. It is a normal sentence, and the cleft sentence is it was Emily who won the first prize. Now I will explain about it sentence. The word it used to be pronoun. The example is this pizza is delicious. I like it. It refers to pizza. The it words used as preparatory about in a sentence about time, situation, and distance. The example is it is 10 o'clock. And the last I will explain about sentence fragments. Sentence fragments is a sentence whose writing is not in accordance with linguistic rules and it doesn't have complete meaning. The example is go to school. The sentence doesn't explain who go to school, so we can repair it to be I go to school. That's all my explanation about syntax. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.